So, if you look at what happened to the people in Penang, why they choose to throw this government out, because as Kosukun has agreed, they are very busy with the government matters and affairs, but they fail to understand that there are other sensitive issues on the people in particular. As you know, the Indians has rise and walked to the streets. Particularly in Penang, Kosukun has sold a piece of land to the Indian community for a temple purposes, for a common purpose to build a temple, for a range of $280,000 a temple. And the Indian community paid the money to the state government to buy a land, to put it on record. It's historical that a chief minister asked the Indian community to pay for a piece of land for a common purpose, to build a temple. And now you look at slang, what are they talking about? For any common purpose, they want to put at $1. They call it $1 for, they should as token sum. So similarly, he also sold a piece of land to build the Sri Murugan Center in Penang. Is a small stretch of land, formerly an Indian toddy shop, which is very small, for 60,000 and above. To ask the Indian community to pay for this. On the contrary, in Johor government, the Johor Barisan National Government gave $500,000 to put up a Sri Murugan Center, and they give an allocation of $100,000 for their overhead expenditures per year. Look at the difference between this government and that government. This made the Indians more angry, they start thinking, and they did it what they wanted to do. So, and Lim Chong Yu, for example, he was a minister who cared for the people, particularly if you look at the Malay Chamber of Commerce, which was given for $1. It is today the building. And then he also gave the Seberang Jaya Indian Temple for $1. I mean, quite a number of things. He was sensitive to the people's thinking, people's wishes, people's needs. The second reason, if you look at MPPP and MPSP, we were paying assessments those days with so many facilities with us. We had water, electricity, all this become one assessment. Today the assessments were taken out. Even the Inda water, we have to pay a separate bill. Despite of taking the bill away and you're paying the same amount, it angers the people. I'm paying, say, $85 a year, but I never get this particular service anymore. I have to go with another bill. I don't know. There's another bill going to come for wastage, for garbage. So more and more bills come, but the assessment was never reduced. Because as you take away my rights of what I should get for the payment of assessment, but it was not given. Like they have taken away my sewer collection, I have to pay a separate bill. So this was not addressed, and many a times the Penang people have spoke in many NGO conventions and workshops and dialogues to ask the government to reduce, because their rights for paying the assessment is not fulfilling what they were getting previously. So the Penangites had tolerated all these things for enough of 39 years with all these problems ahead, suffering massive traffic jam. It is not properly organized. There are so many of Penangites owning 2 to 3 cars. That's why I hope the new government have to look seriously into the public transport system, the road system, the setup, and all this. There were even talks in the previous government, they want to have water taxi, but unfortunately it never materialized. And I think Penang being a small island, it will materialize with people of certain spot of stations and all that. It can work because we are gifted with surrounded with water. It would be one good idea if the government is seriously want to look at things. And if you talk about the coffer, the financial status of Penang, I think there was sufficient enough money in the Penang Development Corporation, and the Chief Minister Dr. Kosukun decided to use the money for projects, mega projects like the Batukawan Stadium. He built the Batukawan Stadium for the Sukma Games in a range of more than $100 million, which was taken from the coffer of the PDC. I think this is not the right thing to do. He took even about $80 million to build the Batu Mau Express. Batu Mau Express. With money so much been taken away from the PDC coffer, it was meant for building low-cost houses to look into the housing scheme for Penangites. I think it is very, very wrong to take out money for which was kept for a good purpose. And I think as a good Chief Minister, he should use his clout to fight with the federal government to get more funds in bringing about infrastructure to Penang. I think he found an easy way out to just finish the money which the PDC held. And today, if you look at PDC's office, they have privatized most of the thing. It look like a haunted house. Then coming back to the other thing which the federal government has announced to give to Penang people, the bridges. Penang is going to have the second bridge. The first bridge is there. And to me, if you ask me, actually Penang is building 3 bridges in a row. The existing bridge, the extension of the bridge, and the third bridge. Why do we need 3 bridges in a row and within a 5 kilometer of in between? To me, as the government has allowed the Batu Kawan to be turned into the state of the art tough club, I think it's more to the people to go for the race course in tough club and come back on a Saturday and Sunday and create the bottleneck in the proposed outer ring road. To me, if you look at the JICA study, the JICA has already recommended there must be a northbound, southbound integrated traffic system. If you take the bridge which should be actual proposed from Tanya Tokong to Kapala Batas area, it will be the southbound. So the both will integrate in a proper public transport system. It will work well. But even Samiwalu has recommended this. But unfortunately, I don't know how this government allow to have these 3 bridges in a row. I think seriously the present government should think of abandoning this second bridge and go back to the original proposal, which Penangites will definitely and surely benefit from the northbound, southbound traffic system. And coming back to the main important place, the Komta. The Komta was the place, it was a premier complex which was started by none other than the first Chief Minister of Penang, Wang Pauni. And he appointed the architect, the Lim Chong Kat, the brother of Lim Chong Yu, to be the man to design the entire complex. It was actually a premier complex, expected to be completed within the 10 years. However, the phase 3 and phase 5 is not completed until today. So, the state government actually wanted to incorporate within the complex or the perimeter of the Komta to have the public state administrative center was also proposed to have here. The original plan to build the state assembly also in that area. But however, the domestic public bus stand is underneath the Komta, which is 30 years old, which was meant for 30 years capacity. But after the 30 years, the Penang government never looked into how to build a domestic public transport center. If you look at small towns like Taiping, Sungai Petani, they have a beautiful state-of-the-art domestic public bus stand, a public center where all the entire bus will come and there will be, the system will be coordinated. But they built only one for express bus in Komta, which is meant for people to travel out of Penang. For the domestic public bus stand was never done. And to the worst, they used the Prangin Mall underpass as one of the public buses to be parked. It was not meant for that purpose. So these are issues that made the Penang people very angry.